What's going on YouTube? Not all that long ago, trucks were used for work exclusively and didn't have much else besides for a bed and functional elements. However, in 2024, people expect everything from their truck, including even extreme amounts of luxury that would surprise a Mercedes. And that's where these two trucks come in. The new 2025 Ram 1500 Tungsten and the ultimate GMC Sierra, the Denali Ultimate. So in the luxury truck arms race, which one of these two is on top now? That's what we're going to find out today. Now before we really start to dig in, let's talk pricing. Luxury doesn't come cheap, and as such, both these trucks will certainly have a luxury price tag. Starting with the Ram Tungsten, this new trim slots in even above the already luxurious Limited trim. It starts at a price of $87,320, and once you add in options and destination, it rings in at a touch over $91 grand. The Denali Ultimate Sierra also carries a large price tag, starting at $82,500 for 2024. Once you add in a few options, your grand total comes in at $87,190. By the way, if you want to get the best price from local dealerships and access to invoice pricing information for these two models or any vehicle, we have a tool on our website to do just that. Check the link in the description for more information. Now, as far as this comparison, it will be conducted objectively. We've done our best to weigh the points awarded throughout in major and minor categories, but at the end of the comparison, we will sum up with our thoughts and revisit the price difference for an extra value assessment. With that being said though, let's go ahead and get into it. So even though others can't see the huge price tags, they will easily be able to see how expensive they are via the luxurious design touches. These two have basically nothing in common with the more basic work versions, with plenty of bling to let others know you spent the big bucks. The front of the Sierra has a darkened Vader chrome, and meanwhile the Ram Tungsten maximizes the bright work with a unique fully chrome grille, and more importantly, it does not have a separated bumper design like most trucks. That gives it a more premium and integrated design. And as far as lighting, both have advanced LED headlights and fog lights with entry and exit animations. Only the Ram, though, has dynamic turn signals. Moving to the side, both are only available in crew cab short bed configurations for the top trims, and both come equipped with elaborate and distinct looking 22-inch alloy wheels. As far as the rear looks, again, you have premium designs and elements like full LED taillights, exposed dual exhaust outlets, and premium tailgates. And that's where we'll start to move into the individual features. They are trucks after all, so both brands spend a lot of time developing innovative methods to get the job done. In the GMC, we have the Multi-Pro tailgate. It has 6 different modes, including a step with assist handle, which isn't found on the Ram. But our Tungsten includes a fully power tailgate instead of the split option. While both of them have steps to get into the bed, the Sierra has a step built into the bumper, plus a backwards moving power deploying running board for side access. Speaking of the side, only the Ram has the innovative feature of Ram boxes, which provides a good amount of space on both sides of the truck to store things like tools. Once inside, the beds are lined, we have LED lighting and power outlets. A neat feature the Denali includes is a kicker audio system built into the tailgate for ultimate tailgating. Now moving past that, both models have fully loaded mirrors with heating, power folding, auto dimming, and blind spot monitoring. And as far as all the other active safety features, both of their trims include all active ones as standard equipment. In addition, a new feature for the 2025 Ram is a hands-free Level 2 highway driving function, which is something that GMC has offered for a few years with its Super Cruise option. Finally, towing is still important even for luxury trucks, and the GMC can handle about 12% more at 13,000 pounds as a maximum. Anyway, that's the end of the exterior comparison, but now let's see which interior will blow your mind. But first,
If you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
and we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
So walking up to the trucks, both are obviously going to have smart entry systems with integrated remote start, and they have power running boards for extra convenience. But once you open up those doors, you'll begin to see why they cost 90 grand. They are elaborately appointed spaces, starting with the seats themselves. In the Ram, we have a lovely Natura Plus real leather, finished in a blue and white color combo. In the GMC, we have the Alpine Umber Brown leather with stitching, piping, and badging. Both seats are heated, ventilated, and also massaging for both driver and passenger. However, the Ram takes the cake when it comes to adjustability, with 24 ways of power adjustment compared to 16, and it even has a power headrest. But let's get inside and evaluate the overall materials. It's hard to convey just how nicely these cabins are executed, so the best way is just to watch me touch all these commonly touched areas, which are smothered in real leather, real open-pore wood, and aluminum. Additionally, both have elaborate stitching details, branded elements, and even suede headliners. It's a hard decision to choose between the two of them, so we're going to take the easy way out and call it a tie. Now after startup, let's move into the individual features, where both trucks have a 12.3-inch full digital gauge cluster and large head-up displays. Of course, it pretty much goes without saying that both steering wheels are heated and leather wrapped, but the Ram's is still not power adjusting for 2025. Oppositely, it's only the Ram that has a leather covered airbag cover and adjustable pedals. Now the next area to evaluate is interior storage, where both are enormous. However, the Ram is positively gigantic. Since its shifter is not on the center console, that allows the entire area to be a multifunctional storage area. Now speaking of the shifters, both are electronic setups, and when in reverse, both give you a 360-degree camera system as expected. These have all the angles that you would need in order to line up a trailer. And speaking of that, they both also have trailer backup assist functions. Alrighty, that brings us to the audio systems. The Ram already had the best truck audio system, and for the 2025 Tungsten, it gets an even better 23-speaker Klipsch audio system. The Sierra's Bose system is nothing to sleep on, but the Ram system is elite tier. Now let's go ahead and check out the mega screens. The Rams gets even bigger this year with a 14.5-inch display, while the GMC has a 13.4-inch display. Even though they're oriented in opposite ways, that's about 7% more real estate in the Ram. Software-wise, they both have the latest versions, which include things such as wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as built-in navigation. Beyond that though, the refreshed Ram is now including a 10.25-inch passenger display. This allows the passenger to make audio and navigation adjustments, in addition to watching shows on long road trips. Finally, ending the front areas, these luxury trucks both have rear camera mirrors, but the Sierra is still not available with a panoramic sunroof like the Ram is. But luxury does not stop in the front, and to be honest, in many ways the back seats are the place to be. They both include absolutely enormous accommodations, with limo-like head and legroom dimensions that are less than 5% apart. Materials from the front follow through to the back, and they are loaded with amenities such as rear vents, USB ports, and heated rear seats. However, the Ram has several advantages since its back seats are also ventilated, have the ability to recline, and it also has a household power outlet. As far as storage cubbies are concerned, both can tilt up the seats, and both have hidden storage options with the GMCs in the seat backs and the Ram in the floor. But there are some big differences when it comes to the powertrains, so let's dive into that next. These two have been quite different so far, and it's only going to continue that trend when it comes to what's powering them. For 2025, Ram gets a big change in the powertrain, since what was previously a Hemi V8 is now replaced with a high-output 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder, making a whopping 540 horsepower. Meanwhile, the GMC Sierra keeps its traditional V8 experience, with a 6.2-liter V8 which makes 420 horsepower. While you may still like the sound of the V8 better, the Ram will now be substantially faster to 60 than the Sierra.
Very nice.
That sounds really good.
Got the all-American V8 muscle getting you up to 60 miles per hour effortlessly. Now, like we mentioned at the beginning, this is the 6.2-liter V8 on board. It's by no means the only choice you have. In the Sierra lineup, you have a lot of different selections that you can make. This is probably the most, luxurious powertrain option. That's why it's here in the Denali Ultimate with 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. And that's 60.
You hear the tire squeal?
Of course. It's because we have high output on this bad boy.
Yes,
As
sir.
you'd expect, the Tungsten is going to come with the most powerful engine option inside of this family. So we kind of discussed this in part 1 of this review, but within the new Ram 1500 lineup, you're going to have 3 engines now. 2 of them are the Hurricane family, but we have the high output version. This version from the 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder is making 540 horsepower and 521 pound-feet of torque. Those are obviously excellent numbers.
As far as the transmissions are concerned, both are very smooth and have well-calibrated 8 and 10-speed automatics.
Yeah, that active exhaust sounds really good out here on the road, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, as far as other bits of your powertrain, you do have a 10-speed automatic transmission paired with this engine. Nice and smooth transmission. This is the same transmission that General Motors uses across their truck and big SUV lineup, and it's an excellent transmission. It keeps the engine right in its power band, and it doesn't get confused even though it has a lot of gears. Alright, so as I accelerate again, let's talk about the other aspect of the powertrain. That, of course, is the transmission. So we do have an 8-speed automatic transmission on board. This is going to be used across the lineup, no matter which of the 3 configurations you choose with the engine. Nice and smooth transmission.
But perhaps more important than the power is ride quality. Now, make no mistake, the Denali Ultimate still rides quite nicely, but it's no match for the Ram's class-exclusive air suspension. Its ride quality is more on par with luxury SUVs than what you get from the typical truck. Plus, it also has the additional advantage of giving you increased off-road ground clearance and less clearance when entering the cabin or hooking up a trailer.
But guys, I do not want to delay the conversation any longer about ride quality when it comes to this Ram Tungsten. Oh my goodness. The Ram 1500, we've been saying for many years, has had the best truck suspension setup. And here with this Tungsten model, as you would expect, it is going to continue that trend of just having exceptionally good ride quality. Now, why is that so? Well, Ram is offering an air suspension, so the Tungsten obviously has the air suspension, and it just really smooths out your ride. Any bump that you hit, it just does a phenomenal job of soaking it up. And really, it feels not like driving a truck. You don't even really get those like small rattles and, undulations in the suspension because the air suspension is able to smooth that out. So that's a huge difference when you compare it to other luxury trucks.
As far as sound insulation, we expect both of them to be extremely quiet. But due to the media drive location being in Texas, we cannot officially score this point. But for your reference, the GMC came in at 55.6 decibels in Kentucky, and the Ram on a louder road surface in Texas at 59 decibels.
But I do want to just go ahead and get our sound level reading going 55 miles per hour. And going 55 miles per hour, we're sitting at 59.1 decibels. Looks like we've settled in at 59 decibels even.
Finally, when it comes to fuel economy, the Ram hasn't been officially EPA tested yet, but we do expect a higher rating than the GMC's 17 mpg combined. Now it's time to revisit the price difference between these two luxury trucks. While the Ram may have some features that the GMC doesn't, it also costs $4,110 more than the Sierra. Since the average MSRP is above $75,000, it'll receive 1 point to account for this difference.
Well, that's it for another comparison. These two luxury trucks truly bring their A game when it comes to luxury and utility, but let's see who should be your winner. So the Sierra should probably be your choice if you prefer, of course, that classic V8 muscle, because this is the one that is going to have a V8. Also, if you like the multi-pro tailgate and that side entry step with the power deploying running board, is a pretty cool feature, and then you also have a higher towing capacity.
Now, the Ram on the flip side should be your choice if you value the most luxurious interior. I tell you guys, that interior is next level luxury. It has just insane levels of material quality and features. Now, additionally, you are going to have a faster 0 to 60 out of that new inline 6-cylinder. Additionally, you have more interior storage. And finally, you have more rear seat amenities with the Ram, such as ventilation and rear seat reclining. But we want to know which one of these luxury trucks you're taking in the comments down below. Is it going to be the GMC or is it going to be the Ram? Let us know your thoughts down below. If you're looking to buy either of these trucks, we would also encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. Now, by going to our website, there's a tool that will connect you with local dealers in your area to get you the best price on your new truck. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealer negotiation. A link to that is provided in our video description. If you're new to the channel, we would like to encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so you can become a part of our family. And if you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support because you do make this all possible and we truly appreciate it. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.